Okay, are we live? I'm gonna wait for a second. Okay, I think we are live now. Good evening, everybody. We are still out in Westminster. Here with the Tories and all the politicos and some MPs. We have some updates. We have officially been hearing from number 10 Downing Street about the reshuffle. We have there we go. Okay, we have Lacey Bush. We have all the people here, and the update. Okay, let's get back to serious business. Liz Truss stood as Boris Johnson's candidate. That was the persona. And but we have now officially got the updates that Liz Truss is actually doing a bit of a cull of the Boris Johnson loyalists. They are one by one being cancelled because I mean, you might say might not have been honest as a campaign, but it's not really that. It's all about continuing the agenda of the 2019 Boris Johnson, but at the same time, a fresh approach. That's the line from Liz Truss as Prime Minister. So we've had Grant Shapps, who was a Boris Johnson loyalist, out. We've had Dominic Raab, technically Boris Johnson loyalist, out. We had Nadine Dorries, obviously last night. She jumped before she was pushed. Nadine Dorries, out. So this is basically the trend. So there's been a number of former cabinet ministers who are basically by default the loyalists, and so many people expected these names to remain in Liz Truss's cabinet because the narrative turned into Liz Truss is Boris Johnson's puppet, so she's basically going to keep the same team. Actually, in reality, no, she's doing the whole I'm my own person, I'm my own leader, I'm my own prime minister, and she wants to basically go ahead with her own agenda and a fresh approach. And we have Lacey Butcher again here with us.
Can you just refresh it by saying the executive producer, Lacey Butcher?
Executive producer,
rather
Lacey
than being
Butcher.
the weirdo Lacey Butcher who just jumps into live streams.
Our executive producer, Lacey Butcher.
Thank you.
And so we're here with Guido Fawkes. You know Guido, guys. Guido's Adam Cherry. Adam.
Hello, everybody.
So we've been talking about this whole situation with there was a lot of expectations that by default Liz Truss was Boris's candidate, so she's going to keep all the loyalists, and all the loyalists will stay in the cabinet, but we've already had obviously Nadine Dorries, Grant Shapps, these guys leaving. You are part of the brain of the Westminster bubble. You are the true hacks.
Too kind.
What's your perspective?
So, look, I mean, it's all the Rishi supporters who have lost their jobs today, and it's not really a surprise this has happened. In fact, you can guess almost every appointment that's happened in the last, well, it's ongoing, but in the last sort of hour or so. Loyalty has been the most important thing. The people who had already, the Boris supporters they were obviously. What am I trying to say here? Mate, I've already had about 2 or 3. I'm just reading from the fact that we've just had, I don't know if you announced it, we've just had James Cleverly announced as Foreign Secretary.
Oh, we missed that as we were live.
Sorry, so I've had my brain scrambled.
So James Cleverly is the new Foreign Secretary.
Foreign Secretary. And again, another one that we knew was going to happen.
Yes, yeah.
Close ally of Liz Truss is, never put a foot wrong for her, so that's to be expected. Shailesh Vara is out as the Northern Ireland Secretary. Again, largely to be expected, but who takes over has been an issue, a point of contention for him, for the lobby, because Conor Burns has obviously really wanted that job. Current Minister of State. He doesn't look like he's going to get a shoe in.
George Eustace is out, which is quite interesting. George Eustace, obviously, he became Secretary of State for Environment and Farming and all that, because he was an expert in farming, and now he's completely out. Right?
Yeah, I know.
What's happened?
Just about a year and 2 days after Geronimo was actually. It's no coincidence.
Yeah, Tom Harwood's obsession.
So, whose room is going to DEFRA? We've got
DEFRA. Do we have DEFRA?
There's a full list.
We get intel, by the way. We got
a full list.
We got off the record live stream. we're getting the inside information before the mainstream media. So.
I'll try and find it in a second.
I think education is still out there.
So education was between Kit Mulhouse and Michelle Donnellan. I think Michelle Donnellan is now tipped for culture, perhaps.
Really?
Possibly.
So not Penny, because I think Penny wasn't happy with
No. It's looking like, what I've heard today is it's looking like Kit
Well, we are hearing that Kemi Badenoch could be trade. So
yeah, that's true. We've also seen, I don't know if you mentioned, but we have seen what's his name? Brandon Lewis just walked past about 10 minutes ago. You might have seen him on, if you're watching the TV, you might have seen him go to Downing Street. So
probably Justice again?
Yeah, he's expected for Justice.
I mean, as I said, I started a video talking about how Liz Truss, regardless of being Boris's candidate, she's doing a fresh approach, some of the new teams. Yet, some of the key roles are still the same. So like Brandon Lewis and he's going to...
So there are a lot of similar players, but they're in new positions. Obviously, Tousi is a big promotion. Yeah, good work, mate. Yeah, nice. Also, Therese Coffey is Deputy Prime Minister. She's the Health Secretary as well. So I think we have. So we're waiting. We might have had it come through as we're speaking. I'm not sure.
Yeah, we'll double check.
We're still waiting for Home Sec, which is supposed to be Suella.
Yeah. So I think Suella Braverman is right now inside Downing Street. We just got a confirmation from Guido from their website.
That's magic, isn't it? Yeah.
Suella Braverman is now officially the new Home Secretary, which could be interesting because on paper she's got the same social conservatism as Priti Patel.
Yeah.
But when it comes to these sort of roles, especially Home Office and Department, it's not just about ideology or values. It's about management style and being an operator. So yeah,
and she's simpatico with Liz. I mean, she was again. This is a lot of stuff that's coming out in the last couple of days. Reportedly, she was offered that job months ago.
Yes.
Of course, Liz didn't know she had it in the bag. Well, at least last 6
no
weeks.
Guarantee, but
no guarantee, right? But it was an easy offer for her to make, and of course her switchers were crucial for Liz in the MP stages. So she was owed something big, and she's obviously going to just got it. So good for her.
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, firstly, Adam is still having taking a short break, so I'm going to let him have a drink. But and to be fair, he made a good point at the end in terms of the situation with the big names. One of the problems we have is right now the team is changing. So some of the Boris loyalists are being culled, which is a bit of a surprise because the main media obviously portrayed it as a complete puppet of Boris Johnson. And then you also had even some of maybe the establishment Tories, but like they expected to keep those jobs. But in reality, she's going with her own agenda. But at the same time, there are still enough people who happen to be the same cabinet as Boris Johnson. They are staying around. It is quite... I'm slightly concerned about some of the roles and some of the appointments. But maybe it could work out quite well.
Just to inform you, Penny Mordaunt just walked by.
Penny... But did I miss Penny?
Yeah, you did. No, you just missed Penny.
Penny Mordaunt just... Why is she going in there? Okay.
No, she walked by.
Which way? That way?
Straight that way.
Okay,
and then gone.
So Penny Mordaunt has just walked towards Downing.
She hasn't gone into Downing Street.
She hasn't gone.
Hasn't gone.
Wait, which way did she go? That way.
That way.
That's Downing Street. That's Downing Street. Yeah.
I'm aware of the way of
So she's gone to Downing Street. Yeah. So
she may have received the call. Who knows?
Penny Mordaunt is likely. Yeah, I think she's going to get something. But she was going to be offered apparently culture, but apparently she wasn't too happy.
She would have hoped for something better.
Yeah, so maybe they're going to give her something else. So we're going to find out within the next 10 minutes maybe what Penny Mordaunt's going to get. But yeah, we're talking about Suella Braverman compared to Priti Patel. Both on paper, social conservative, they have the same values, they want to sort out migration, but that's not enough. Priti Patel lacked a very key point, which was management skills and being able to be an operator. That's why she couldn't really sort out illegal migration or anything else, and none of the real problems. People hope that Suella could actually fill that gap in the market for that role as Home Secretary, and that she could actually deliver on the promises. And that is a bit of a problem. The good news for you guys is the obvious names of the cabinet, Boris Johnson's cabinet, who are very outspoken and proactive supporters of the World Economic Forum agenda. They are one by one being removed and being sacked. So obviously Rishi Sunak by default, because he lost the election, he's out. Their lights of Grant Shapps out, and those guys. So maybe there is a bit of hope that if she could, their priority should be to make sure that anyone who goes with the ultra agenda of the WEF when it comes to the climate change, when it comes to those issues, centralization of economic policies, sort that out first. Secondly, the next day you need to sort out the cost of living crisis, and obviously they have proposed energy cap and make sure the taxation policy gets sorted out, including national insurance. That's the second thing to do, obviously. But first things first, you need to make sure that you have the right people around you. So if what we're hearing is obviously going to be working out, which is the types of the Rishi Sunak people, is they're going. So the WF supporters are leaving or being sacked. So maybe it's a coincidence. Maybe they're not even thinking about what we're talking about, but it is working quite well. We just got confirmation that Giles Dilnut, who used to be a former BBC producer on Daily Politics back in the day when BBC was okay, and he left the BBC because of BBC bias. We just heard that he's going to become James Cleverly's new special advisor in the Foreign Office, and he's a good guy. He's also unbiased because he's a friend of mine, but Giles Dillon, he's one of the good people, and that's why he left the BBC. So we are basically gonna wait. We have some MPs going actually. We got some more MPs going towards Downing Street, so we're gonna find out exactly where are they going. Where are they going? Let's do some stalking. Let's double check see if they're going towards Downing Street, because this could be quite interesting. If we have a group of MPs and the others going together into Downing Street, it could either be the same team being announced in terms of one government department, or they could actually happen to get different jobs. I hope you can hear me because it's too loud in Westminster because of the... Well, we live in City Council London, so you're going to get police cars and ambulances going around every 2 minutes. It is what it is, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm going to leave you guys for now, but I'm going to come back and obviously stay on YouTube. Make sure you click on the notification bell because I might come back in 15 minutes, I might come back in half an hour or 45 minutes. But when I get more information, obviously we had a good chat with Adam Cherry from Guido. I'm going to give you guys more updates because I want to make sure I give you guys the updates before the mainstream media. That's why we exist. That's why you guys support the channel. Thank you so much for everything. And then we're going to come back soon. I'm Tousi and we are the media.